What's up everybody, it's Kiyodo and welcome back to another SMT Dx2 video. Today we're going to be showcasing Mother Harlot. Now this is a top tier mage that has a special ability that lets you drain mana from your opponent with an almighty sweeper ability. So that's one of the craziest things that we have in the game here. It guarantees that you can remove skills from your opponents because they just plain can't use them. It's especially powerful in PvP because in PvE they just have infinite mana, so that doesn't really matter. But you're still getting that mana absorption at the very least, which is really powerful, and we'll be going over that in just a little bit. So first I'm going to be going over the stats, and then we'll go over the skills and then the brands. So stats first, I increased the vitality and the luck as high as possible because I want this unit to not get hit by ailments and also break out of them really easily. The vitality is just there to keep it tanky, and then a little bit of damage in there, just the extra so that I'm doing a little bit more. Although I made this more of a support unit than an attacker, which is why the HP is way high up there. But also because you have that mana drain ability, you don't have to worry about using too much of your mana. You can kind of spam the more expensive skills, and that makes this a really powerful, highly flexible unit that allows you to play around with skills and make things work. Now I kept the AI tendency as support because I'll be going over how that actually helps when we get into the skills, but also it is a teal Mother Harlot because of the Drain Fizz. Now you might be wondering, why would I even put Drain Fizz on? Because it naturally has Null Fizz. And the reason is, I just like having the extra self-heal in case I do get hit by an ailment, and I do end up attacking myself, and then I can actually get some HP out of that, and it's really useful for especially longer battles, which if you get ailmented, they tend to be a little bit longer. So I figured that actually works in my favor as compared to the other ones, which actually can be really useful in other colors as well. Red and yellow. Red for getting around those anti-AoE teams, and yellow for just straight out being a support. Next, moving on to the skills, Mother Harlot has a really good set of skills. The mana gain in there is kind of a weird choice, but it also does help in the long run when you look at how these abilities work. Now, going over mana gain, it just gives you +2 to your max MP, which doesn't really help you in PvP. I kind of wish it let you start off with another 2 extra, but I feel like that might be a little too broken, so maybe that's why that's not in there. Then moving on to the unique passive Death Lust. Now it gives you a 30% chance to charm all of your enemies at the start of your turn, so if your opponent is going first, then it doesn't proc, so you have to make sure that you're going first if you want to proc first, but also if they have wards on, then that's not going to hit at all, so you do have to worry about that. It's just to really catch people that aren't covering wards, and they kind of have to get rid of your Mother Harlot in the case that they aren't. So I think it's more of like a counter ability there. It's not really too useful, to be honest with you, but it exists and it's alright, you know, it's as a skill and it can really work more so in PvE. So yeah, I think it's a decent ability. You don't really have to build into Ailment Infliction, but I know that some people do, especially if you're going with purple, which has a Deadly Charm on the Awaken skill. But Deadly Charm is something you could really just transfer, and honestly, it's not all that worth it as compared to the other things you could have on the other colors. So maybe I'd say that purple is the least favorable of them, and it's okay to shift out of that. You don't have to use a selector or anything. Unless you're trying to go for like a Rama build, then teal is actually kind of better because you have 2 drains. So moving on to Babylon Goblet, it is a normally 8 cost ability, but when you max it out by using 5 Kusame Magatamas, then it becomes a 7 cost ability, which is crazy for what it does because it drains mana. Now when you're draining mana, you get to see how much mana your opponent has, or at least you get to see if they have mana or if they don't. So if you have 4 opponents and they only gives you 3 mana back, then that means that one of them didn't have any mana, and that's kind of useful because you can use that tactic to kind of understand if your opponent can use a skill or not, and then you can play around that. So, especially if you're using Babylon Goblet twice, then you will be draining 2 mana from your opponents, all of them, which is ridiculous because that would mean that they really can't use any of their expensive skills, even if they're going second. So it's a really cool spammable skill to work with. It doesn't really require Divine Brands either. You can go with other things like Life Brands or Spell Brands even if you want to go for big damage, because Mother Harlot can be built for huge AoE damage, or you can just build it for straight up support. So it has a lot of viability. It is relatively slow, which can be good for your slow teams in that case, but you can work around that as well. It's not the slowest thing ever is what I mean to say. And then moving on to the transferable skills that I did, support skills for Mother Harlot, that is a support AI tendency. It's because using prayer is what I really wanted to do. If I had yellow, it would maybe use debilitate, and that's not exactly what I'm going for. So it just happens to work out that it's not yellow in this case. So in case I'm on defense and my AI is playing, or I'm just using auto battle, then prayer will actually proc if it is necessary, and that can be really useful. I don't have to cover with ward brands, although in PvE maybe that is the better choice. But since I have Epic Recovery in here for the extra breakout from ailments, it shouldn't be too bad, and I'm kind of relying on that a lot. Even though Epic Recovery isn't the best thing, it isn't super reliable at all, trust me. I feel like Infernal Mask is way more reliable because Mother Harlot's base luck is already really high up there, and if you max out with Mitama, then it's really, really high up there. So I feel like maybe Infernal Mask is the better option there, but Epic Recovery is also good. That means you're not playing around any other shenanigans like your opponent's brands, for example. So it feels like I don't have to work around my opponent. I just kind of play my own game here, and it's really hard to get. So if you don't have Epic Recovery, try to go for that Infernal Mask. They have that in the skill boxes more often than they ever used to. So look for those. Try to get at least one. You want to have at least one for your prayer unit, and that would be super awesome for the rest of your team. You don't have to worry about getting Kin Mammon or Dai Sojo or anything, and you can use attackers like Mother Harlot. And lastly, moving on to the brands, I'd like to say that there is a focus on really HP percent and mag attack percent. So the only reason why you'd put any ailment resistance is if you're going with the Infernal Mask type of strategy there, then it can kind of help you bolster your ailment resistance against anything because it only gives 60%. And the resistance is kind of really useful. You can even go with a left arm brand that gives ailment resistance, and maybe you want to have some like HP on that, or you want to go with like a full HP build and have no magic attack because the drain mana is going to work no matter what. So there's always that ability, and then there's a charm too, so you have that passive. So there's a lot of things working with you, even if you don't have any damage at all built in your Mother Harlot. I like going for a sort of hybrid build in a sense, with more focus on damage, because I feel like Babylon Gauntlet does a lot in itself, and it's almost spammable. So not having the highest damage on your magic is okay, and you can kind of stack some into your HP. And especially with life brands on here, that allows you to get that extra 50%, and you become really tanky, because Mother Harlot starts with a little bit over 1100 HP at 6 stars awakened, and that allows you to play around with your HP levels quite a bit. You don't have to worry too much about stacking that up, and that allows you to play around with your stats, mainly going into your magic attack, maybe go into resistance. A lot of people go into evasion as well. Even though it is a slower unit, it is still kind of useful in that sense. And I'm also using lead brands in here because I wanted to go faster than my Alice without spending any of my points into agility Mitama, because I wanted to play around with vitality and luck. Since I'm going for the epic recovery build, having the highest luck possible is going to help me break out. So it just happens to work in my favor. And like I said earlier, I don't need ward brands because I'm relying on breakout, and I'm just going to hope that that works, and we'll see how well it does. If not, I might have to switch to Infernal Mask. We'll see about that in the future. So I'm going to be showing you a few clips on how I use my Mother Harlot. I'm going to be using just 2 teams because honestly, there's one tried and true team that works with Mother Harlot, and you really don't need to switch out from that because she's just a super top tier. But a lot of things are viable since she is a versatile unit, so I feel like you can play around a lot with it. So why don't you leave your ideas in the comment section below and maybe give us some ideas on how you build your comp with Mother Harlot, and I hope you all enjoy the following clips. So this is the new team I've been working on. It includes Mother Harlot, and it is pretty satisfying so far, especially because we're using Epic Recovery and Prayer. With the high base luck, it just beats out a lot of things just naturally, and Recovery's actually pretty sick. So having high luck and Epic Recovery is pretty nice, even though Epic Recovery is good against, or good with, like all of the units. But it is hard to fit, I guess. So I guess there is a problem. But so far it's been okay. And we're catching some people, like that Massimo, without any ward brands. So yeah, I want to say I've been pretty happy with it. Not like the greatest thing ever though. I've definitely had better runs. Maybe want to get rid of ZK. They did decrease our attack though, and that's kind of the bad part here. Good, good, good. So that's fine. We have the mana to do this. And the good thing about draining mana especially is that you can see if they had any mana to begin with. So I know that one of them didn't have any, and that's huge. That is some good knowledge. This may be maybe a little bit bad here. Need to get rid of that Heka and the cats too, I guess. Did I drain enough? Because that would be bad if I didn't. Nope. That's okay though. See, the thing about this build too is that you have a lot of damage consistently, and you kind of don't have to worry about them having Recarmdras. You can just damage through it. Like this. Then we just steal their mana. It's not like they can do anything. And that was a little bit unintentional, but we'll take it. That's pretty good stuff. You're dead. Pretty good comp so far, although I haven't fought that many single targets yet. I feel like this comp is still gonna lose to some ailment builds, just because epic recovery isn't the most reliable thing. It doesn't even give you that much, to be honest, and I wish it did. So that's okay. This is one of the comps that I feel like we may lose to, because Heka Orcus is really hard to get through with just AoEs. But it is single stance, so maybe, just maybe, it'll be okay. Get rid of that first. And yeah, might as well decrease the defense now. We gotta be aggressive with our Orcus, because I don't think they'll be doing that much damage, except for Masa, who's gonna Occult Flash. Oh, or maybe not. Usually that is the case. Now please break out. Did not break out, but you healed yourself. That's also kind of why I went with Teal. And we can't do anything. Now you'll break out. Or not! Okay, Epic Recovery, doing really well for me. That sucks. And that's even worse. They covered everybody with wards. That's the big deal. We kind of got to get rid of this Mother Harlot. It's giving a lot of problems. And oh my god, that thing's almost dead already. Okay. Heka's just there to pass. And then revive, I guess. Not a bad unit. And that's gone. They're gonna revive now. And I did not dodge. That sucks. But now we can stand Recarm here. Let's do this. We haven't been getting many press turns either, but I'm not sure if we need to really worry about that either. Mute Balloon's effect is useful sometimes, not always though. Right now we don't have the mana to do what we want to do. And that's bad, that's really bad. Their team, is this Teal? Yeah, so you can't even hit them physically. Not like that matters really, because we don't have any major physical attackers here. Besides maybe Heka. What to do? Probably still need to make them weaker. Does that kill Masa? Nope. I think I just gotta hit him with AoEs. We'll get him eventually, is what I'm thinking. Ouch. Okay. I think, alright, that works a lot. What a clutch! Holy moly. That's nice. So, I guess we can do nothing here, because we can't hit him. Yep. And that sucks. That sucks a lot, but it's not the end of the world. Only 2 of them had mana. Oh, we can get the same card. What do you know? Even better. It's better than I was hoping for. Damn. Can't do anything. This is gonna be a close one. I can already feel it happening. Shite. I don't know if I should just pass through this. Because this is something I've never had to deal with before. But let's see. Do I block the attack? Do I try to dodge? I think I can only debuff anyways, so let's go and debuff, I suppose. If Alice dies, that'd be like most ideal. Okay. And then Recarmdra. Cool. And Babylons. Good, good. Oh, the miss! That is pretty huge. Okay. Let's do this. And are you dead? What a close match. Oh my god, that was crazy. But we did it. So we may not be doing a bunch of damage really fast, but we are definitely killing people eventually, and that's totally fine. At least until the end of the season. Then we may have to switch it up. I have ideas for switching it up. There's a couple units that I want to pull, but I don't have them, so that's a problem. We're gonna have to deal with that. What do I want to do here? Probably kill you. Get rid of that defense right away. And then we... do we want to go for the damage? We could, but it's probably better just go Nocturne here. Get both of those very useful buffs. Not like they really helped us or anything, but whatever. Okay. They went double stance. That is kind of their problem here. So we can work with that. Start taking down this guy. Although ZK could probably be an issue as well, so we can start taking him out too. So bam and bam. Good stuff. Only 2 of them had mana. Okay, that's super good. Don't have to worry about him, at least this turn. We'll go defensive. I mean, offensive, rather. Too bad we can't get rid of our own debuffs on us. Yeah, what else can I do? Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Oh, that hurts. Gonna have to steal. Don't have the mana. Well, this is fine, this is fine. And probably want to hit. Yeah, 3 of them had mana. Myriad arrows. What the heck? Man, I barely see that on Moscato. You are crazy. I think this will kill Heka. And ZK, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's go offensive. That's not gonna do enough. That's good though, because we're gonna start taking out Orcus before he Recarmdras. And that sucks. There's the same Recarm. There's another one. Yeah, that happened. Things happen sometimes in life, and we have to just take it. So here we go. I think that'll be good. Steal some mana again. And we're good. Yeah. Is this teal? It is. Okay. We'll find then. Or miss. Oh my god, come on. Now, that makes sense, but the other way around? Come on. Draining mana is freaking huge, man. That is insane. We're doing so much. I do want to kind of get Alice to hit though here. Something tells me one of them's gonna have Recarmdra, but they don't have mana right now. So we did it, I think. We did it. Good job, team. Oh my god, this is the future. And when Alice is panel 3, oh boy. Okay, this one is just for fun, because most likely it's not gonna work, because it doesn't make sense at all. It is almost full damage with like buffs, I suppose. And we're going up against Heka Orcus. Is that good? Only if we can last past 3 turns because they have ward. So that's bad. At least we could do acid breath. That's fine. You know what? We're okay. But who do I want to hit first? That is the real question here. Probably you. Bam. That's fine. And muted. Looking good. Looking real good. Missed. That didn't do that much because we have double buffy things. Good stuff. I don't think I need a heal here. But I do want acid breath. That'll work. Oh, the turn order is actually really good. Oh man, should I go for big damage? I will totally go for that. Oh, now I can go for kill. Do I want to go for kill? Don't need to. I'll just drain their mana. That's actually really nice. I keep forgetting that that's so OP. And then we do this. Yep. And then we... Oh, no, we can't do the thing that I want to do. Oh, well, it's okay. We'll just heal you. Yep, okay, good. And then we do this thing. No, die for me? No, I don't want to do that just yet. One hit you. You're not dead. Good. Actually, that's more so what I wanted. And are you teal? What is up with all these people going teal on Orcus? That is so weird. I don't understand that. I mean, like, I guess you don't take damage from certain people? But you're kind of wasting your own turns when you could crit yourself and not do that much. I don't know. I don't understand that. And it feels like yellow is just miles better. And now that they have no more ward, you're done, son. You're done. This is just gonna happen. You're just gonna have to take this and send it home to your mama. This is working out really well. I'm actually pretty happy about this. And you're gonna basic attack. Bada boom, bada bang. Who would have known? As long as we don't get hit by ailments, it's all good. Luckily, there's not too many ailment teams out there, but still could get hit by some shenanigans.